Flyers fall against the Chicago Blackhawks. Game final of 3-1 in Chicago. The Chicago winning streak is over for the Flyers. Shots in the game, 34-33. This was a really evenly played game.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, right? I mean, two teams kind of in the same boat, only spread out by 2 points, but Flyers unfortunately weren't able to get anything by Lankinen in that third period, and DeBrincat gets the only goal. But there was some good drama in this game, all things considered.
Yeah, given the fact that it's, a throwaway game, so to speak. Neither of these teams are in playoff contention. The only possible outcome of this contest tonight was really whether or not the Flyers could end up being closer to Chicago in the overall standings for lottery purposes.
4-point game.
Yeah, it was the second 4-point game in 3 games after that Montreal game. For I was just thinking that too, right there at the end. I mean, everybody on the ice right now has got probably 1 foot onto some Caribbean island here in a week or something like that. And yet you see the physical battle that you saw in front of the net there on that goalmouth scramble at the end. I mean, I can't think of many other sports where that kind of effort goes into a game that doesn't matter,
Yeah, it's God bless hockey players.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's remarkable. It was a even game overall. And, again, the Flyers, I think were right there the whole game. It was just, 1 or 2 too many mistakes, not even ones that ended up in the back of their net, but ones that just killed momentum at the wrong time. And like Coatsy said, a lot of them actually came from the veterans tonight. So, sometimes that comes with the territory in the second half of a back-to-back, especially in the last 7 minutes of the third period. You're tired, and the first thing that goes right when you're tired is the cognitive stuff. And we saw a little bit of that. We saw some pucks bouncing over sticks, and we saw the second DeBrincat goal. I think Farabee and that probably wasn't fatigue there. That was just Farabee was being well defended, and he was trying to find Kevin Hayes and couldn't hit him, put it behind him, and it just went the other way. But it was I was pleased with a lot of things in the game. I was pleased with the second period, and again, the one mistake that did come from the young guys on the case of Bobby Brink, is something that he will now tuck away in the memory banks. But I thought he had several other good plays in this game, including the one drawn penalty he had there in the third. So
hitting the post.
Yeah, and he got the post there on that. And they had the netminder pulled. So a lot of good things here for some of the young Flyers tonight. And like you said, it's a loss, but in the odds for and not even the odds. Again, we've been talking about the odds, but where they would be slotted if they don't win the lottery, you could look at it as a silver lining. So we'll take that and just move on to Winnipeg.
Yeah, and Ivan Provorov played over 30 minutes in this game.
Good Lord.
4 minutes and 23 on the power play, 8 minutes and 3 seconds shorthanded, 30-17 for the game. Wow. That's a big load.
They chalked that up afterwards because my final sheet had him at 29 and change. And you said that I hit refresh and it popped in. So
yeah.
I mean, Keith Yandel, 12-22. I mean, it's obvious that they're
shielding him,
leaning on the top 4. This is the 3rd or 4th consecutive game that they've done this. Yandel at 12-22 and Zamula at 13-39. I don't think that's a knock on Zamula necessarily as far as his ability or what the Flyers think of him. I think it's just I heard at some point in the second period, I don't know who they were comparing him to, but there was another guy they were comparing him to that was he was something like 8 inches taller than the guy, but he was only 8 pounds heavier than the guy.
Wow.
I mean, that's probably why they you limit Zamula a little bit right now just to make sure he doesn't get hurt, really. I mean,
to put more on that frame.
You want him to go into the offseason and add some muscle and not be rehabbing an injury.
Yeah.
So let him get some experience, but lean on those other 4.
So the first goal of this game is scored by Eric Gustafson, and you did the homework, or you had Elias do the homework.
NHL stats did it for me, yeah.
Okay, so 6 former Flyers scored against them this season.
And it's all It's all been in the last 2 months.
Is that right?
Nuts like
Oh my goodness. So it feels like 20.
Yeah.
So before we went on the air, we were going through it. I was like, all right, let me see if I can guess them all. So here are the 6 total. So Gustafson is 1.
Mm-hmm.
2 was, oh God, I can't remember them all now, and I got them all eventually. Wayne Simmons, Braden Shen, that's 3.
Yep.
You had, oh man, now I'm drawing a blank. I can't get them all again.
You had Derek Grant.
Derek Grant from Anaheim got the goal.
And then Phil Myers scored on Claude Giroux's 1,000th game night.
Again, Nashville.
And then Ryan Hartman had a pair when Minnesota was in.
Yep.
On March 3rd. Yeah. So it's a total of 7 goals among 6 players.
6 players.
Just to put that in a little bit of perspective for you. And again, this is in the last 2 months. The Shen goal was the first one. It was on February 22nd.
Yep. 4-1 win by St. Louis.
Yep. And just to put that in a little perspective, last year, the only player to do it was Mark Friedman. He scored for Pittsburgh in 2 separate games. Year before that, there were only 4 players that did it. And then in the 18-19 season, there were also only 4 players that did it. And in 17-18, only 4 players that did it. That's how far I had to go back, was 4 years. So,
wow.
And Justin Williams did it in consecutive years. You had a couple of Scott Hartnell goals in there. You had a couple of you had a couple of Braden Shen goals also back in that 18-19 season. Brandon Manning's on the list. Lucas Spiza doesn't really count, but
was Anaheim at the time? Lucas Spiza?
He was in Winnipeg.
At the time.
So it's not your imagination. I mean, yeah, it's happened a lot lately. It's just
Spiza was part of that Pronger deal, right?
Yes, he played for the Flyers for 1 year. He was drafted in 08, played his rookie year here, 08-09. And then he went with Joffrey Lupul and a few other pieces, I think, for Chris Pronger and who's the obscure guy that came back with Pronger. So one other player came back with Prongs. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Prongs overshadowed him a little bit.
Bad. It was a contract thing. They had to even out the contracts, but it was Ryan Dingle.
Oh, geez,
Ryan Dingle. That's the trivia question that you can use when you're in a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Googling as soon as you said it.
Yeah. Yep. So and Lucas Spiza, he was. I mean, I don't think he would have been in effect. He wasn't certainly a game-changing defenseman for the Flyers, but one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. So it was a little bit of a shame to see him go back then. But I distinctly remember when he was with the Phantoms, he comes in as a rookie, and Riley Cote takes him out to a store and buys him a complete wardrobe because he had nothing. He basically came here with the clothes he was wearing.
Oh, jeez. Oh man,
that's crazy. Barely speak English. Didn't have a bank account yet. It was quite a sight.
Well, we're down to 2. 2 games left. That's it. They've played 80. 2 to remain. Winnipeg on Wednesday at 7:30, and then Friday at Wells Fargo Center against the Ottawa Senators, and that'll put a bow on the 2021-22 season. Let's wrap it up here. Let's thank our radio audience and thank all the people at MMR all season. This is our final game on MMR and the Flyers broadcast. Now we'll be back Wednesday on the Fanatic and Friday on the Fanatic.
Thanks, Bill Weston, for letting us use your radio station. I'll put that.
Yes. Bill Weston and Chuck D'Amico, the assistant program director, and all the great people at WMMR. Our engineer back at the station all season long, Ryan Shuttleworth, does a great job. Pancake on the highlights for the most part throughout the entire season as well. They always make us feel incredibly welcome, and we invade their radio station, and it is a great radio station. So we appreciate that all season long. For Tim Saunders, Steve Coates, Brian Smith, I'm Jason Martinez. You've been listening to Philadelphia Flyers Hockey, a 3-1 defeat against the Chicago Blackhawks on the BetRivers.com Flyers Broadcast Network. Good night, everybody.